The haters, they ride on me just like a jockey in Fortnite, but you going back to the lobby. Coming at me, suicide kamikaze. Y'all trash your own stuff and I'll beat it up. What's up, Swag Knights? Welcome back to another video. We're gonna be doing a story time. Follow my brother, you know, Amazing Gamer. He did a story time on his first fight, and I was like, my first fight story is kind of cool.
You should look into the lens, you know?
In the lens? Hi, guys. I was like, my first fight video is kind of cool. Oh, whoa, what? My first fight story is kind of cool, so I'm gonna tell it. Back in 8th grade, dude I fought. I don't know if he wants me to say his name, but I didn't ask for permission to tell this story. It's if y'all know All Games God, he went on my track and said it's clipped your shirt trip. That kid.
It's clipped. Your shirt's ripped.
We went to the same middle school together. We were pretty good friends. We used to argue all the time. In 7th grade, the story took place in 8th grade, but in 7th grade, like, a lot of things happened. Like, we used to get into arguments a lot. If I'm remembering, it was in the morning, and after something happened in a game, we got in each other's faces, and I literally grabbed him by his shirt and picked him up, and I pushed him towards the gate, and I told him to shut up and all that stuff. I said a lot more, but I don't think I can say that because I'm a family channel. In 7th grade, another time, you guys are OG Swag for Tube fans. Y'all know I made 2 diss tracks on Tyrese and that little fake beef we had. In one of those diss tracks, I said, like, I had you crying in the yard after that slap.
Like I had you crying in the yard after that slap.
So, we were playing football, and he did something, and I said something to him, and it pissed him off. We got in each other's faces, and, like, I threw him to the floor, and I literally, like, slapped him up a couple times. I got thrown away by some kid, and then I was thrown in a corner where kids were like, why are you fighting? And then some kid came over and was like, no, I know him, I know the other kid, he's good. And everybody was like, and the kid that pushed me away was like, okay, cool, you're good. The next year was 8th grade. One day, we were playing football, and he hurt his pinky, and he started crying. He was acting to go to the nurse. He sent to the nurse. And every day after school, we used to go home, and then we used to call each other. We used to be on the phone until, like, my mom came home, and then that would be the end of everything, right? We're on the phone that day, and I don't know how it came into conversation, but then I was like, oh, you know, you were a little bit of a punk for, I didn't say punk. You can let your mind imagine. Say the sound is meow. You get it.
What? No, I don't.
You get it, Charity. What makes that sound? A cat, huh? What's another word for cat? Anyways, he was like, oh, what are you talking about? It was very hurtful, and if you were in the same situation and you got hurt, and everybody would be crowding around you. Mind you, that year I once got hurt. I think some kid, like, tried to tackle me, and as stupid as he was, he threw me to the floor and I hit my head, and that happened, and then I was in a lot of pain, and also, like, I got hit in the nose and I had a nosebleed. So those are the 2 times I was so serious I had to go to the nurse, and, like, I went home and all that. Good times. You can just go home when you're sick. Now I get sick and I gotta text my dad and get a resounding no. He was like, he got really upset, and I was like, I don't know what gave this energy, because I was never the confrontational type of person. I still am not. I still don't like having to, like, press someone and fight them. I was like, oh, so if you got an issue with that, say something to me tomorrow. Let's see what's up. I don't remember the whole conversation, but I remember that, right? He had to get off the phone because as he was talking about fighting me, his sister was like, who are you fighting? And he hung up the phone automatically. My friend, you guys, if you guys follow my channel once again, you guys know David. He's one of my closest friends. Not that close now, but we still talk sometimes. We were on the phone, and Tyrese that's the dude's name. You guys know. Come on, I exposed that a while ago. Tyrese is like, yo, bro. He's texting David like, yo, bro, we're gonna, if he touches me tomorrow, I swear to God, the dean is gonna hear me. So he was planning on snitching, right? David wanted to see a fight. I wanted to fight him. So we're talking to each other, and I'm like, yo, Dave, call Tyrese. I'm gonna mute myself, and I'm gonna be texting you. I'm gonna text you things to say to Tyrese so that you can rile him up for this fight, right? So I don't think Tyrese knew this went on. If you're watching this now, bro, yeah, we set you up. He calls him up, and he's like, yo, bro, are you really planning on telling the dean? And Tyrese is like, yeah, if he touches me, he's gonna get suspended, right? So I'm texting David, and I'm like, David, like, hype him up, tell him that I can't really fight, and, like, he could probably beat me up. Mind you, like, I'm sitting, my sitting height, like, if this chair can go, like, a tad bit lower, that'd be his height. And I'm, like, pretty tall for my age, kind of, sort of. So he was growling him up, and David had a, like, in my opinion, like, no disrespect to both of them because we're both cool now, David had, like, a high influence on whatever Tyrese did. Like, if David told him, like, yo, you can fight him and win, and then after a while he's like, yeah, I can do this, yeah, right? And I'm having him like gassing his head up, telling him that that David's not really friends with me, right? And like it was a whole bunch of stuff that I had him say just to make him smart. I go to sleep that night and I'm like, okay. I wake up the next morning like, okay, this is about to go down today, right? I go to school, I see him, I say nothing, because I'm smart. I don't want to, first thing I do in the morning is beat up some kid, because then I can't, like, the rest of my school day gonna be jacked up, right? I'm gonna just stay quiet the whole day. So for the whole day, we said nothing to each other, nothing at all. Lunchtime, we play football, I say nothing to him, right? Actually, I think he played football with another group that day. That was funny. He played football with another group that day. I remember that vividly. I get out of school, and basically there's this corner where everybody in the school hangs out. Everybody in the corners, everybody's there, and I know he has to go there eventually. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stand there, and David's there, and I'm like, yo, David, I'm about to press him right now, and we about to do this right now. Comes to the corner, and I'm like, yo, you were talking all that stuff last night. What happened? What happened today? And he was like, oh, shut up. It was like a whole bunch of argument where like cuss words, so like I gotta bleep everything out like the Christian way.
Bleep, bleep, bleep. What the bleep?
What the fluff are you talking about? Oh, I really mess you up. Oh, you a little punk, right? And we get in each other's faces. I had my bag dropped from the moment I realized that he walked up. I dropped my bag, and he still has his bag on. And I'm like, oh, so what you gonna do? What you gonna do? He drops his bag. We're up in each other's faces. Everybody's like surrounding us at some point. Everybody starts to surround us. I remember what I was saying. I remember what I did, but I don't remember what I was thinking. Because I just remember seeing red. And it's funny because that's like my bro. For some reason, like, I didn't hold back nothing. So we're arguing back and forth. Then eventually he picks his bag back up and goes back like to get in the deli. And I'm like, exactly. That's what I thought, you little punk. I guess like being called that really riled him up because he threw his bag on the floor, ran back in my face, and he's like, so what you want to do? Hit me. And I'm in this mentality, like I was taught, don't ever hit first. The dumbest thing you could do is hit first because you look dumb. So I'm like, so what's up? Hit me, I'm right here. Like, you know, like egging him on. The dean, like literally always on that corner. On this particular day, I was lucky because he was not there. The kids start circling us and they start pushing him into me. And as he's getting pushed into me, he's hitting me. So I'm like, yo, bro, you just hit me. I hope you understand, you just hit me, right? He did it 3 times. The 3rd time, I don't know what happened. Like, I've never, like, up until this moment, I have never hit anybody in my life other than, like, my brothers and stuff. I went and I just punched him. I punched him, right? And everybody's like, oh shoot, yo, Tariq is really about to. And I threw him to the floor, right? And as I throw him to the floor, I watch his head like boom on the concrete. I have him and I'm punching him. I hit him like 3 times. Then I picked him up by his shirt and he got a little oof on me. I'm not gonna lie, he hit me. It wasn't that hurtful, but he hit me, right? I picked him up by his shirt, I punched him back down. So as I punched him back down, I guess everybody else noticed this, but I didn't. I get thrown back. Right? And as I get thrown back and I go to walk back in, because I was not done. I wanted to like really hurt him. I went back for more, like, but as I look up, I see the dean of the school. I'm like, oh crap, I can't get suspended today. I gotta go, because I take a van home. And my van leaves at a certain time. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna run. I pick up my bag, I put my bag on, and I start hooking it down the block. I was told by everybody that they were laughing at me because I was not playing any games. I dipped. I went to my van. I got in my van. I'm sitting in that van. I'm like, yo, guys, I just got into a fight, bro. And they were like, did you win? I was like, yes, I won. I don't know about any of this. I don't know about the truthfulness of any of this because I wasn't there myself. But I heard from David that all of our friends were just clowning on him. It was not a good day for him. Like, they were like, oh, how you let Turi mess you up? Because I was known as the little punk kid. Fight nobody. Every time somebody hit me, I'd just sit in a corner and cry. I used to get in like little tiny altercations with people. I just, stop it, please, no. It was really shocking, right? I come to school the next day, and everybody's like, yo, good job, bro. You finally, because he was like, I don't know how he is now, but like in middle school, like he used to annoy a lot of people. So like people are hearing the story of me like getting into this fight, and they're like, "Oh, congratulations, Tariq! Somebody finally beat him up." I find out later that he was walking around telling everybody that it was a draw, but he hit me once. So that day, I get called into the dean's office, and I explained the whole story, and the dean's not on my side, and I was like, "What?" And then he's saying I'm gonna get 2 days. I got 2 days suspension. Because I threw first punch, but I swear I told him everything. I was like, I didn't hit first. It was him. I didn't do anything, right? But he still believed it. I got 2 days, but then he calls my dad and I confirmed this with my dad.
Jesus Christ.
He calls my dad and is like, yo, your son got into a fight. My dad already knew. And he's like, your son got into a fight. I told him I'd give him 2 days. But because I know your family, he knew my whole family. Because I know you guys and like, because I know that Tariq's a good kid and he would never do anything like that unless he was really like antagonized. I'm going to give him 1 day just for fighting. So I walked into suspension and it was funny because I think Tyrese's day was like super like sit inside a room and like been locked in. Me and Nadine were walking around the school together. It was a fun day. I didn't mind being suspended, to be honest. But yeah, that was my first fight. If y'all want me to do a story time on how I almost got jumped in high school in my first, like, what, 7 months there, I'll do that story for y'all. But y'all gotta hit that like button. If we get 5 likes, I'm gonna do it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video. By the way, guys, I'm working on music. And y'all gonna see some more music from me. Swag signing out. Peace. Love you guys.